trying to go live. Originally, I had scheduled this for 12:30 p.m. on February 23rd, 2023, but I didn't realize I had to have some kind of encoding software on my laptop in order to broadcast live on YouTube from my MacBook. So whatever, I'm using Restream. Highly recommend them. They have an awesome, robust free plan for all you YouTubers out there that want to do live streaming. Check out Restream.io and snag their free plan. It's pretty incredible what they give you for free. So also today's topic is on 10 reasons why I love van life. So I'm super excited to be sharing that with you today, starting off with how I even got into van life to begin with. So yes, and here I am in my camper van. This is Evergreen Queen. She's a little bit discombobulated at the moment, but that's okay. We're onward. So how I got into van life. First of all, let me just see if I have any chatters joining me today before we get started. Chat overlay. Okay, so let's do a little test chat here. Okay. So yeah, this is really cool. All right, so let's just dive in. So I am, for those of you who are watching and you don't know who I am Nature Glow of Nature Glow Adventures. And Nature Glow Adventures is basically the story of my life. I have been exploring since I was a little girl. I was raised by a single mom. Both of my biological parents were schizophrenic. They didn't have a very good handle on me when I was a little girl, and it didn't take me long to figure out how to explore the world around me. And I don't know how I survived, but I did. I used to, break out of the the apartments that my mom would rent. I would shimmy down water pipes to climb out of the windows to go exploring around my neighborhood. I had the explorer's bug since I was in the womb. And as soon as I learned to walk, I was out running around, exploring the world around me. So I have that explorer's gene. I think a lot of people do. But our society can really entrap us and ensnare us in this kind of a hamster wheel. And that's one of the things I'm struggling with right now is, how do I get back on the road as a full-time van lifer? I got ensnared in the hamster wheel of working to make a living, hand to mouth, and then throw in some debt, some business debt that I had acquired over the last few years, trying to make a breakthrough with an online business. And boy, let me tell you, I have experienced failure. I feel like I'm getting to have become bedfellows with failure. But really, what is failure? It's the human experience. It's a teacher. Failure is actually a teacher. It's not something that should keep us down in the dumps and depressed. It's the teacher that helps us get up, dust ourselves off, and move on. So yes, so I've been exploring the world since I was a kid. I was a foster child, and some of my greatest pleasures in life have been just scouring the nearby woods from whatever foster home I was living in, riding my bike, exploring the neighborhoods. I'll never forget when I was 14, I was adopted at 14. Wonderful family, incredible family, but probably one of the most heartbreaking days of my life was when my dad said that I was no longer allowed to go out alone and explore the surrounding woods and walk the roads not far from our home. And, I don't fault him for that, but it was really a very sad moment because I wanted to explore. I wanted to be in the woods. I wanted to build forts. And he was afraid that I would probably get kidnapped or something, and that was back in the 80s. I think that was back in 1989. So, I was this 15-year-old girl just really eager to explore the world around me. So fast forward to age 49. I've spent 8 years of my life living out of this van, this very same van. I tell more of my story throughout other lives that I've done, so you can check those out under my live tab on my YouTube channel. And yeah, so my goal is to go live for the next 30 days and to monetize. That would be an incredible miracle to support my travels, my wanderlust, and to allow people from their armchair to watch these adventures or become inspired themselves and consider doing van life or car life or Prius life or Tesla life. There are people living out of Teslas and Priuses, pretty incredible box trucks. Yeah. So where van life began for me was in 2012. I was living in an intentional community and I wanted to build a tiny house on wheels. And I thought that that would be an affordable option. Come to find out, it was not. And I just did not have the gumption to build on my own, to learn the skills from scratch. I'm not a natural builder or fixer. I mean, I can to a certain degree fix, some things, but it's just not my natural forte. So I was browsing on YouTube one day and I came across Cheap RV Living with Bob Wells. This is how a lot of people discover van life and living out of a car, vehicle, or RV full time. And I started watching his videos and I thought to myself, gosh, could I live out of a van? At the time, he was living out of a van. And I stumbled across his blog. And at first, I did not think I could do van life. I just thought it was too small of a space. That was my initial thought. But after a few weeks of doing some research, I decided, heck with that. I can do van life. And shortly thereafter, I manifested this van. I found it on Bob's forum. I went down to North Carolina where the guy was selling it. He was selling it for $4,000. I had $0. I had just gotten out of debt, paid off my car. The guy let me spend the night in his driveway. It was like this kind of rainy, misty, moist night. I'll never forget it. It was with my dog, Rochelle. And I just knew that the van was mine. I woke up in the morning and the guy's wife wanted my car that I had drove down in. It had 70,000 miles on it. Chevy Malibu, little gold Chevy Malibu. So we did a straight swap. I paid $1 for this van, and it was absolutely miraculous. That was the law of attraction in action. Like I manifested. I had my eyes focused on what I wanted without any doubts whatsoever, and very quickly manifested this van. And also have kept this van running on some pretty low incomes over the year. Like, just incredible that she still runs. So that's like a little short nutshell story of how I came to acquire a van and fall in love with van life. So here are my top reasons why I love van life. So number one, vans aren't too big. Like, they're not too big, they're not too small. Even the smallest vans. I mean, I feel like I personally could live out of even some of the smallest vans. I think some of the smallest ones are like Westphalias. Now, I did start off van life with a dog, and she was a medium-sized dog, 66 pounds. She kind of became a chonker over the years as she aged. She passed away. God rest her soul. She passed away in 2021 of old age. She lived for 15 years, but she was my best companion over all the years that I have done van life. I feel like I need to turn a light on in here. But the van was just, this is an extended van too. So let me just kind of give you an idea of the length of it. Here, so there. That's the length of the van. So there are all my clothes, my new work clothes. So let me just turn some light on in here because I feel like it's just too dark. Hi. Oop. Why didn't that work? All right. I've been having some issues with my lights lately. Let's see. Oh, I know why. Because I have to plug this in. Okay. All right. Okay. So I feel like a van is just the perfect size. I literally have been able to fit my whole life into a van. Now, I did pare down. I got rid of a lot of stuff, hauled it off to thrift stores. And if I ever do full-time van life again, I'll just pare down again. So I try to keep a minimalist lifestyle so that I can always squeeze back into the van whenever I need to or ever have to again. It's not have to, it's I want to because I love it. So gas is, hey, hi, Shell. I'm on point number 2 on 10 reasons why I love van life. So, when you have a chance, you can catch up on that. But thank you so much for joining me. And I want to give a big shout out to Shell. She is just an incredible friend. So her channel is 808 Family. Let me just show that to you real quick here. Just go to YouTube and type in 808 Fam. And let me do a screen share, which I am capable of doing here on Restream, which is super awesome. So screen share. Here we go. There. So right here, there's Shell. And then click on 808 Fam. And then she has this gorgeous long shot of, I believe, a beach in Hawaii. So you reached 50 subscribers. Woohoo! All right. That means you can live stream today if you wanted. So Shell has really some incredible videos here on traveling. They've come to Hawaii, so they have some videos also from Hawaii. They have some shorts here, so check those out to get a taste of all that she and her girlfriend have to offer for videos. Let's see. My favorite is the Clown Motel. That's one of my favorites, so check that out. So there's just a lot of cool stuff. She also does cooking, and then there's a really great video of she and her girlfriend driving through the snow and mud to Lavelle Canyon Trailhead. That's a lot of fun. I love the music in that video. Joshua Tree Highway. I don't think I've seen that one yet. So, and then there's this recent one about an abandoned mall. So please check out 808 Fam, folks. All right. So let me just stop screen sharing. And how's it going today? So it's snowing for you guys in Las Vegas, huh? Any day it might snow here in Ridgecrest. Cool. So, so point number 2 for why I love van life. Point number 1 was I love vans because they're not too big, they're not too small. Like they just, for me, they feel like it's just the right amount of space to squeeze my whole life into. And it also teaches me to minimize my stuff so that I can squeeze my life into it, which I think I'm a big proponent of minimalism. Less stuff is better. Number 2, gas is mid-range. I think I do pretty good on gas. I get about 17, 18 miles per gallon for highway miles. And also using an additive, like there's like seafoam. I don't actually recommend seafoam. There's this pink stuff that I get. Let me show you the bottle real quick. But this stuff is great. These additives. So this is called Marvel mystery oil. Okay. So it's this pink stuff, and I put it in with my gasoline, and I swear it really helps with gas mileage. It cleans up the gasoline, it cleans up the engine, it helps just keep things clean, squeaky clean, um, and also save on gas. And Lucas's, actually, I've had even better results with Lucas's gas additives. So we have a bottle in the garage. I'll probably be using that next time. But I had to finish this. I had like a whole gallon of this, and I just recently finished it, put the last bit of it. So I'll resume with using Lucas's. So that helps with keeping, with saving gas. I definitely notice a difference using gas additives in my gas mileage. Top reason number 3 why I love van life. I don't have systems like in an RV that are constantly breaking, like toilets, plumbing. So I can build out the van so that my appliances last for life. Like right now I have a solar panel. I've had that thing up since 2013, since July of 2013, and it still purrs along. Um, I don't have to mess around with plumbing because I just use a bucket and a bowl for washing my dishes, my body, my hair. And that's really simple. Like buckets and bowls last for decades, right? And then I can always just get one at a dollar store if one accidentally breaks. Top reason number 4. The van is easy to keep clean. Right now I'm using, I'm using white drop cloths. I'm really lazy. I hate cleaning. So I put a drop cloth over my bed, and I have one, let me show you. I have one right over this table because, dust gets everywhere in the desert. Like if I didn't do these drop cloths, I'd be constantly dusting. So what I do is I use the drop cloths, especially when I'm not in the van, like when I'm staying in my boyfriend's house, in our house. Maybe I should just call it home base. When I'm at home base, I just use the drop cloths, and then I'll just take them out very carefully, shake them outside, and then take off so I don't have to keep dusting. And as far as the floor is concerned, I have removable carpet so that I can just shake the carpets outside. So super easy to keep clean. I'm not like constantly trying to battle with keeping the space clean. Top reason number 5. Maybe I should have gone backwards, but these aren't in any particular order, by the way. But point number 5 is that I can just jump in and drive off. I don't have to hook up. I don't like hookups, but if my partner and I ever travel more long term together, I might have to consider doing a hookup. But for now, we jump in and we go, and it's just so convenient. It's just easy to put the key in and go. Top reason number 6 why I love van life is it's stealthy. Like when I'm in the city and need to city dock, as we call it. She's dark in color, and I can usually just kind of park on any street. I mean, you have to be careful. I usually scope out the neighborhoods to make sure it feels safe before I do any overnights. So, I mean, my van isn't incredibly stealthy. There are some vehicles that like don't have any solar panels. I have a solar panel on top, and that's kind of a giveaway that someone is using it for camping or overnighting. But she's stealthy enough. Top 7th reason that I love van life is that I can fit my whole life in it without paring down too uncomfortably. I guess that kind of goes with point number 1, but it's okay. This isn't perfect. Okay. Well, thank you for taking your lunch break to join me. I really appreciate that. It means the world to me that you're here. Thank you. So yeah, I mean, like I said, it's not too hard to pare down to live in a van, at least for me. But I did start paring down like back in 2000. What was it? I started paring down like 2, 3 years before I got into van life. Even before I knew about van life, I was paring down my life because I just knew that I was going to go through a big transition in my life and I wanted to be ready for it. And I knew that having a ton of stuff, a ton of teacher books and science equipment, because I was a science teacher in private school, I had to get rid of all that stuff. So I did. But again, I feel that a van is the perfect size for me to pare down to. Point number 8, top reason number 8, it's comfortable. Like my bed here, let's see if I can show you. My bed is quite comfortable. I use a tri-fold chair. It's an upholstery grade tri-fold chair. Have you ever seen those chairs that fold up? They can fold into a bed and then fold back up into a chair. That's what I have as my bed. And I've had this thing since 2013, and it's great because it's that upholstery grade foam. Now it is a little flatter than when I got it from the thrift store. I paid $23 for this thing. And gosh, the other day someone was emptying out someone's house. Someone must have died, and they had this giant dumpster, and there was sitting a brand new looking tri-fold chair, and I was like, oh, I really want it. But then I thought, well, I don't know, I really should get one new because like there's bed bugs. I'm really like desperately afraid of ever having bed bugs. So I just was like, even the remote chance, I would not want to chance that. It's better to just buy it brand new. But it's what makes, sleeping in here super comfortable. Now, those tri-fold beds, this is as wide as it gets. So you can actually see the crease where the cushion is. And then, yeah, so it's like this wide. So I have to put pillows on either side. So, and that's how I extend the bed. Like when my boyfriend and I are sleeping in here, and he's a big guy, it makes it doable to have two of us sleeping in here with having these wings of pillows on the side of the main mattress there. So point number 9. So van life can be affordable, but you do still have to have a steady stream of income or, just a steady stream of money, because vans, like any vehicle, break down. So you always have to have that emergency fund. I do have a small emergency fund right now. I know Bob Wells recommends having $3,000 set aside. I'm not quite there yet, but I do have some money set aside in case she ever needs it. So yeah, she's affordable to maintain as long as I keep a steady stream of income coming in, which I will be doing that. And point number 10, I just think she looks great. I think vans look great. And I know that Tesla is coming out with a new electric van. I'm really excited about that. It'll probably cost a mint to start with. But yeah, but I'm in love with my evergreen queen, as I call her. I call her Evergreen Queen because she runs forever and ever and ever and ever. So there's that mindset thing again. I always have really good luck and fortune with this van. She's never had any really major breakdowns. I've never broke down on the road with her. She's been extremely reliable. So, and I think she looks great. So those are my top 10 reasons for why I love van life. So if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and chat, or in the comments section if you're watching this after the live stream. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So I think this stream is I'm going to probably close it here. Shell, if you have any questions or comments before I close, feel free to chat those. But I think we'll go ahead and conclude shortly. That's the main thing that I have. So I will be streaming again. I'm doing a 30-day challenge if you haven't heard yet. So I think this was the third or fourth live stream. They're all under my live tab here on YouTube under my channel. So check out the different topics, see what resonates with you, and just really excited to grow my channel and serve you. Okay, so I know, Shell, you're eating lunch, so um, your fingers might be full for for any kind of questions or comments. But I will see questions or comments in the comments section, and you know that I answer them quickly. So looking forward to tomorrow's live chat. Yes, yeah, it takes time. So it does take time to get more folks. I'm trying to figure out the best time when people will be willing to jump on a live. Um, that first live stream that we did where we had 4 people was pretty awesome. So that was 6 p.m. So that's like around dinner time or around the time where a lot of people are off work, at least on the West Coast. It's later in the evening for other parts of United States time zone. But all right, have a great day. Bye bye, Shell. Thank you for watching, and see you